Hi guys, and welcome to another video. This video is in response to a question that I get asked quite a lot actually. It's the question that, as you can see, there's loads and loads of autograph pictures in front of you right here. A question I get asked quite often as a collector: what, your house is on fire, what would you take from your house? What would you save? And my first response obviously is I would make sure my wife's out of the house. That's my first response, and then obviously our wedding photos, get those out of the house as well. But then everyone goes, yeah, right, okay. But what would you take in the way of Star Wars? What would you grab? What would you make sure you saved? And what I would make sure I saved would be my collection of autographs, mainly because everything else I've got I could replace. Everything else there is another one of. Everything else there, there's going to be something floating around somewhere on eBay, at a convention or somewhere, that I'm going to be able to pick up another version of, and I would be able to replace it. But the things that I could never replace would be the autographed pictures. I've got tons of other autographed stuff as well. I've got autographed carded figures, autographed posters, books, comics, yeah, anything that's you can possibly autograph, I've had autographed over the years. But this is the stuff that I can't possibly replace. I've never bought an autograph from an autograph dealer or an autograph website. I've never, every autograph that I possess, every single one, I've actually met the person face to face and got the autograph from them. So you can go on eBay and buy a Laurel and Hardy autograph for £5, but you just know there's some guy sat at home with a marker pen or a fountain pen, as in Laurel and Hardy's case, just scribbling out autographs. So I'm never going to meet Laurel and Hardy, so I don't really want their autograph, because if I can't actually say this is a genuine autograph, I won't buy it. But so that means actually meeting the person. So for me, a lot of the people I've met over the years, bearing in mind I started way back in the very, very sort of early 80s, I suppose, collecting autographs. Some of these people are now, unfortunately, very sadly deceased. So I'm never going to get those again. So yeah, so I'll just give you a quick run through of some of the pictures. I'm going to leave the carded figures and everything else. Just going to go strictly on the pictures. So yeah, as you can see in the background there, there's these are A4 chunky binders, and so each one's got who's featured inside. So okay, there's file number 1. That starts, you've got multiple signings, so there's pictures where you've got obviously more than one person signed it. There's Alec Guinness and Dave Prowse pictures, Dave Prowse, Leslie Schofield, Jeremy Bullock, Kenny Baker, Mike Edmonds, the late Michael Sheard, fantastic Mr. Bronson from Grange Hill. You younger viewers won't remember that, but yeah, Google Mr. Bronson or YouTube Mr. Bronson Grange Hill. You'll see Michael Sheard at his best when he's not playing Hitler, funny enough. Then you've got the late Declan Mulholland, the original Jabba the Hutt, and there's Peter Diamond, Michael Carter, Femi Taylor, Peter Mayhew, Anthony Daniels, Sheila Fraser and Phil Brown by himself, and Julian Glover. And over here you've got Don Henderson, the late Don Henderson, fantastic, general tag. James Earl Jones, I met him once in London. It's very, very lucky. He was over here filming, and managed to get him, and got one picture signed. There are quite a few people getting pictures signed by him. Then you've got Stuart and Kay Freeborn, and then there's Carolyn Blakiston and Dermot Crowley. Then John Hollis, Garrick Hagan, Dennis Lawson, he was a great one, really nice guy. He's Ewan McGregor's uncle. So if you look at the prequels, Ewan McGregor the young Obi-Wan Kenobi, that's Uncle Dennis. And Paul Blake and Bruce Bower. Bruce Bower as in Empire Strikes Back Bruce Bower, and Waldorf Salad for you older viewers. And then file number 4, there's Gary Kurtz, Warwick Davis, Paul Brook, Malcolm Dixon, Tim Rose, John Coppinger, Michael Culver and William Hawkins. And down here, just going through the very, very gorgeous and extremely funny and still beautiful lady, Pam Rose. Really, really, absolutely gorgeous. And she's really nice to meet. You'll see who the characters are once I go through. There's Alan Flynn there. He's really nice guy. Some of these people are absolutely great. There's Ray Park, Billy D. Williams. I first met Billy D. Williams when he was on, I think it was 1995, on the set of The Big Breakfast. I was lucky enough to get on The Big Breakfast a few times. Not actually in front of the camera, thank goodness. Behind the camera when they had Star Wars guests on. So on there I met Billy D. Williams, Mark Hamill for the first time, and Carrie Fisher for the first time. There's Mark Hamill. He's still refusing to adopt me, but he'll give him one day. There's Peter Roy. Actually, last seen on the latest Bond movie. Actually, he's in the latest Bond movie. And Mike Edmonds, and there's a little arrow pointing to where he was inside operating Jabba's tail. So there you go. So there's loads there. I'm going to quickly flip through some of the albums, and might reminisce over a few stories. So let me grab one of the albums. Alright, here we go. Starting with the multiple signings. As you see here, there's a picture of four of the actors. Managed to get Billy D. Williams, got him at the Big Breakfast. Also got on that day, got Carrie Fisher as well. She was absolutely very, very hungover. There were lots of people there wanting her autograph that day. I was the only person she signed for, and I made her a cup of tea, which she was very grateful for, and we sat and had a chat. She's a lovely lady, absolutely tiny, still gorgeous, absolutely. She was my first love, so I've got a few things signed by her that day, a few photos, and a few trading cards. She was lovely. She was she was a couple of the autograph hunters outside of the Big Breakfast house. They kind of annoyed her, so she did have a little moan about them. So I was like, oh yes, you know what they're like, they're terrible. But no, lovely she was. And then you've got Peter Mayhew at the top there, and the person I've never ever met. I've got within about 10 feet of him before being ushered to the ground, beaten to the ground, or ushered away by security guys. Harrison Ford, 2 times at the Cannes Film Festival in France. Got pretty close to getting an autograph from him, but he was swamped, and A, couldn't be bothered, B, didn't have the time, and C, had very good security. This is it's a very cool multiple signing. Let's have a look. There we go. There's loads on here. I think there's about 20-25 different autographs. Everyone from Michael Shear, Ken Colley, Stuart and Kay Freeborn, Kenny Baker. Who else we got? Jeremy Bullock. There's even down here. There's an Alec Guinness in there, and Mike Edmonds. That's a really nice multiple signing. There's another one I've started to get done, but you've got there's a Malcolm Dixon and Gary Kurtz. I'm not going to go through every photo, just 'cause it's going to take ages, because there are hundreds. And Sheila Fraser, who was Aunt Beru, and Jeremy Bullock. Loads of Jeremy Bullock. So I won't go through all of the. Oh, okay. Let's go around this way. This one says, "To me, I'm Roy. Good wishes, Alec Guinness." So we're starting on the Alec Guinness autographs. Story about me and Alec Guinness. My grandparents used to live in London. When they lived in London, they knew Alec Guinness, and they were quite good friends. And so I got to meet Alec Guinness. Actually, I was very young before Star Wars. I was probably about 4 when my grandparents. I was first with my grandparents, and they were with Alec Guinness, and then later he cropped up as Ben Kenobi. And so as my love for Star Wars grew, I met him several times, and I used to always have him as a pen pal. So I'd send him the odd photo now and then, and a letter, and he would send back my letter, which I still have my letters. He'd actually send back a photocopy of my letter with grammar, spelling, and punctuation corrections. So yeah, he's a fantastic guy. My grandparents they got on famously together, and so I'll flip through these. These are all signed by Alec Guinness down here, and there's some of them were a bit too faint to pick up on the camera there, but there you go. Some of them were just signed Alec Guinness, and others are signed Good Wishes Alec Guinness. But yeah, over the years, he signed loads for me. I sent him as a thank you. I used to send him pens as well. So if you're lucky enough to have an Alec Guinness signature, there's a good chance that he signed it with one of the pens that I gave to him. So yeah, there's another one there. So keep going and go. We'll get on to some really these are all interesting, and but there's some really interesting ones. Loads of those. Now, something he did like was I used to pick up at memorabilia fairs and film fairs lots of other non-Star Wars related Alec Guinness. He wasn't a massive fan of Star Wars. It was his pension. He didn't, after Star Wars, he didn't have to do anything else ever. It was kind of saw him very well, and did him quite a favour, but he never needed to work again. But I used to like sending him non-Star Wars related pictures, which he really enjoyed, and he'd send me back a letter say, oh yeah, I remember this, especially the ones on set, like this one here. I used to scour movie fairs finding fantastic old pictures. There you go, there's around there. Fantastic pictures of Alec Guinness. So if you look, this one here, this has actually been mocked up on the back, ready to go into a magazine. So it's got the sizings on the back. So yeah, he used to really enjoy getting the non-Star Wars related. And there's a couple of lobby cards tucked in here as well. They don't do lobby cards anymore, do they? One is a lobby card that they're from Little Lord Fauntleroy. It's signed as well. There's another one, and then there's Bridge on the River Kwai. Got a nice letter from him about that. Yeah, he loved that picture. So now there's a series of photos. These are I think my favourite Alec Guinness pictures. This is a long story, so grab yourself a cup of tea, sit down with a pack of biscuits. This is a long story. These pictures are signed by Dave Prowse. They're a set of pictures I bought from Dave Prowse, and who I first saw before Star Wars. He came to my school as the Green Cross Code Man, and I got his autograph then, not knowing that he was going to turn up as Vader. But so, as you see, picture, Darth Vader's not featured at all in the picture, but Dave Prowse, being Dave Prowse, great guy, he's signed it anyway, and he's put Dave Prowse is Darth Vader, because he's a lovely guy, but has a massive problem with the fact that he was kind of didn't get enough credit for being Darth Vader, and always kind of haunts him a bit, I think. But so he signed it, Dave Prowse is Darth Vader, and I sent this off to Alec Guinness, and Alec Guinness has put a question mark next to the is, and he signed it down here, and then
And so another picture, just Ben Kenobi. Dave Prowse has put, Dave Prowse is, hang on, is that better? Dave Prowse is Darth Vader, and Alec Guinness has put, Alec Guinness is Alec Guinness. So a little funny. On I got a letter from him as well saying, my goodness, that man, he just won't let it go. But there's another one here. Alec Guinness has signed it there. Dave Prowse has got his signature down there. Same one again, and same one, different one. And there's one. To Roy, the force is strong in you. And Alec Guinness has signed it down there. And Alec Guinness again. That's what Alec Guinness is Alec Guinness. And the same again. Alec Guinness is Alec Guinness. So Alec Guinness. Dave Prowse has put, your powers are weak, old man. And Darth Vader, I was a Dave Vader, that'd be great. Dave Prowse has signed it there, and Alec Guinness has put, good wishes, Alec Guinness. He's got here, right, who was the voice of so-called Darth Vader, and who was the face, question mark. So I'll dig at Dave Prowse there. So it's quite a nice picture. Another Alec Guinness signature up there, and Dave Prowse down the bottom there. So that's the end of those ones. Then there's a few more Dave Prowse pictures. So this is a nice picture. Unfortunately, Dave Prowse is the only one I've actually got on here. Carrie Fisher, you've got Kenny Baker, who's a tiny guy anyway. Mark Hamill's not a huge guy, but Carrie Fisher's absolutely tiny. She was always my first love. And there's a nice shot there. I did say I'm not going to go through all these, but it looks like I am. It's going to take hours. But yeah, so I'll just be really, really quick. So all of these are signed. And then we go on to Leslie Schofield. I only ever got one of him. But yeah, my recollection, he wasn't the most personable of people. Oh, that one's not signed. That's one. Actually, it should be in a different folder of unsigned ones. And there's a really nice. It's a standard Stay Cool Jeremy Bulloch Boba Fett picture, but yeah, this one's signed by Dave Prowse as well. But yeah, Jeremy Bulloch has the his standard sort of you're mine. But he's a great guy, Jeremy Bulloch. Oh, there's a shaky picture there. That's very nice. Yeah, he's absolutely lovely guy, Jeremy Bulloch. He'll do anything for fans. He'll pose with fans. He's a hard-working convention goer. So, whiz through. That's a nice picture. Yeah, I'm quite a Boba Fett fan. It's a nice shaky. This particular picture was out of supply for a little while, and Jeremy Bulloch. I used to send him the odd bit now and then, and he used to send me Christmas cards, which I've got the Christmas cards tucked away. But I've got somewhere, there's a little note. He always used to enclose notes. Where is it? He used to enclose notes with every time he sent something back to me, and there's an actual little note there somewhere. I'm just having a look for it. Maybe another picture. That's a nice little. Oh, where is it? Oh, it's in a different pile. There you go, there's a little note. I can't really make it out. A little note just saying, Dear Roy, thanks for your letter. Blah, blah, blah. We're just about meeting up at the Barbican exhibition, and also if I get a chance, can I pick up some shaky photos? So yeah, that's pretty cool. And which I did, and yeah, very, very nicely. I only used to charge him what I paid for them, because he was so good, and always used to autograph absolutely anything for me. Nice guy. Got some Kenny Bakers. Kenny Baker is a great guy. Any of you that have ever met him? Oh, the Tony Dyson there. And if you don't know who Tony Dyson is, you need to find out. I'm not telling you. A nice little Kenny Baker, and he's having his tea break. Yeah. You're probably thinking, why have you got so many of the same? My wife says that as well, actually. So why have you got so many of the same? On to Mike Edmonds, the Tale of Jabba the Hutt, and Low Grey. There's a whiz through those. Yeah, Mike Edmonds, he's a nice guy. He used to do a pretty wicked Elvis impersonation at conventions. Some Michael Sheard, a few Michael Sheard cards there, and there's a couple of Michael Sheard photos. Lovely, lovely man, absolutely. You've got some nice pictures of me with Michael Sheard, and yeah, sadly missed though. Really nice guy. And Ken Colley. Ken Colley, a friend of mine used to live next door to Ken Colley, and actually knocked a cricket ball through his living room window once. It's amusing story. That's the end of that. That's the end of that one. I'm not going to go through the rest, but yeah, there are 3 files there, as you can see, and there's a load of other photos as well. Oh, something I actually, yeah, the last one I'm going to end on actually. Right. Oh, there's a very rare picture of me I'm going to show, which, yeah, oh, it's good. It's out of focus, so it doesn't. I'm not going to zoom in on that because I'm not the most attractive fellow in the world. I'm the grinning idiot in the middle. The guy on the right to me you'll recognise as the one and only George Lucas, and the guy on the left of the photo, my right, you might recognise as Rick McCollum, who actually does look a little tiny bit like Dale Winton right there. It's kind of Dale Winton coloured, and so yeah, this photo, and there's Rick McCollum's autograph, and that's pretty, and there's George Lucas's autograph, and they're actually on the back of a drinks order list from a theatre, and I went to see with a pal. Went to see Ewan McGregor in London in the Comedy Theatre in Panton Street. He was in a play called Little Malcolm and His Battle Against the Eunuchs, as far as I remember. And the idea was watch the play, hang around the stage door, get his autograph, and so got there with my mate. Sat down about 5 rows from the stage, and quite excited, going to see Ewan McGregor. That's really cool. And sat there, and people started to come in, sit down, and so I watching people come in, not expecting to see George Lucas or Rick McCollum, and so first of all spotted Rick McCollum, and I said to my mate, I said, "Oh look, there's Rick McCollum." And my mate said, "Oh yeah, he's behind George Lucas." I said, "No, look, there's Rick McCollum, producer, episode 1, Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, Rick McCollum." And I said, "Oh, that's so cool." And you're like, yeah, it's behind George Lucas. And so again, I said, "No, look, Rick McCollum." Oh, jeez, behind George Lucas. And so yeah, just click then, and there's George Lucas. And George Lucas and Rick McCollum came and sat down right in front of me. So I just wanted to reach forward and stroke George Lucas's hair and say, "I love you, George," but I didn't, because not that you could see them, but I'm guessing he has security somewhere ready to, with sniper rifles ready to take me out. Yeah, so it was absolutely amazing. I could hardly pay attention to the play, although it was very good. And if you get a chance to see Ewan McGregor in a play, I suggest you do, because he's a fantastic actor. Yeah, just watching Rick McCollum. Rick McCollum actually went to sleep during the play. He nodded off 2 or 3 times, um, and so afterwards, I grabbed George Lucas, said, "Hey, so George, can I just have a quick photo with you and an autograph?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." You know, he's a very quiet man, not particularly gregarious, not particularly sort of like animated, and I was ready to kind of faint, I think. And so yeah, he stopped for a picture. Rick McCollum, as I say, looks a little bit like Dale Winton. And so I signed the only thing I had, which was the drinks order list from the theatre. So yeah, it was really, really good. And that was actually, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks before episode 1 came out at the cinema. And so I said to George, you know, good luck with episode 1. He's like, oh, thank you very much. So that's the one and only time so far that I've met George Lucas. But have met him. That's my photo. And I was, yeah. So at the end of this extremely long video, these are the bits that I would save from my house if my house was burning down. So there you go, guys. Thank you very much for if you stuck it out to the end of this enormously long video. I do appreciate you watching. If you've got any comments, please comment, and if you've enjoyed it, subscribe. There will be more to come. Thanks very much for watching, guys. May the force be with you. Bye bye.